Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Great Bob in his AMX 13105. I always forget the last number on this thing because of course it is fairly new to the game still and I haven't got one yet. But that's okay. So this is a tier 10 game on Malnufka, otherwise known as Kampanufka, and it's an encounter battle. Ooh, this should be fun. Wait, we've been having a lot of these non-standard games lately, haven't we? Was it like 2 assaults, a grand battle, and an encounter battle? Interesting. Cool. Anyway, so today he's teamed up with Deadly Smurf in his IS-7. Deadly we might see more of later, I don't actually know. I haven't seen this game yet. That's how I watch all my games, not having seen any of them. So I can bring you cool things like, what is this E4 doing? Well, by the looks of it, he's trying to get himself shot by backing up. Oh, Lord. Well, that's just how it happens sometimes. Apparently, our team is not going to shoot him, though, because that would be wrong. So, Bob is... So, I don't show a lot of scout games. Why don't I show a lot of scout games? Well, because it might be really, really fun for you. Or me, for that matter. I love sitting in a bush, racking up 13,000 spotting damage without doing anything. That is actually quite a joy to me, and I spend much of my days relishing and wanting to do that again. However, it's not fun for YouTube. So a lot of scout games I pass over if the damage that scout has done isn't particularly high, because, well, it just ends up with you sitting in a bush all day. Which might be a ton of fun for you, and honestly, it's a ton of fun for me. It's not a ton of fun for the people watching on YouTube. So this is the melee that is going on right now. If there was artillery, this would be less of a melee, more of a death zone. As it is, it's, well, we are down one tank up there, so it's a death zone for us-ish. Both teams are pushing into heavy lines of tank destroyers, so there's a lot of badness up there. It's just gonna come down to who can brawl the best. Unfortunately, it looks like we're on the low ground more than we're on the high ground, which is actually really bad. The low ground is a much worse position than the high ground. Lord, that's an aggressive push from Great Bob here. If that grill had been looking, that would have been half our health gone. But of course, the grill wasn't looking, and we get 500 or 700 spawning damage from our friendly grill hitting our enemy over there. So that's got to be pissing him off, because he just lost a bunch of his health because he didn't shoot the tiny little light tank. And Bob is going to be a little bit cheeky here. He's going to get himself shot if he's not really careful with the way he does this. Ooh, unfortunately, not able to kill the grill. If he had landed his last shell, that probably would have been enough damage to execute it. 390 average, yep, that would have done it. 3 shots at 390 damage. Unfortunately, we just lost a bunch of our team. That was... a fifth of our team that just dropped like flies for no good reason. And that is an enemy grill that is dead and gone. And now he's trying to get behind the E4. Well, he is behind the E4. And he's just going to dodge an E4 shot. And nope. Nope. No, instead he fires as he gets shot. And now he's in a bad spot. Don't. Okay, so. Oh, right. I always tell you guys how to kill an our hero, don't I? So in this case, this is a 13 105. Shoot it anywhere you want to. Its engine is in the front, so if you shoot in the front, it will either kill the engine or light it on fire. And its ammo rack is pretty much the entire tank, so shoot it wherever you like, and this sort of thing will happen. And yeah. Just don't shoot it in this weird part of the turret. That's the only part where it might bounce. Unfortunately, Bob is 67 seconds away from being able to fix his aimer rack, which means for the next 67 seconds, he's going to be pissed off. Well, 56 now. His reload just went from about 30-ish seconds to about a minute, which is why he feels like drowning himself right now. But he's not going to. Right, Bob? Thank you, Bob. He's going to pop back up over this ridge line. No, he's going to go around the ridge line. Ooh, sneaky Bob. He's trying to get a side shots and sneaky shots into this Action X, which we're going to speed this up because it's him drowning himself is going to be a lot slower than we like it to be. Looks like he wants to push towards the cap. I guess at some point the enemies are likely to end up over here anyway, so he might as well be in position to stop them. I think he's actually going to start using his allies to spot for him, and he's going to try and kill things. He's at 4,000 spine damage and 1,500 actual damage, so this might not be a bad plan. IS-7 dies at some point. Deadly died. That's not good. I guess we don't see more of him in this game then. And now he's trying to get out of range. He's trying to put these guys on the other side of the circle. While at the same time be able to shoot them. And it's just not going to work that way. What is going to work is this poor... Wow, we missed E3. And then we bounced. You've got to aim. There we go, Bob. Aiming is key in this tank. This thing, we kind of really does need to settle in all the way in order for you to actually hit a target. 22 seconds left on his reel. Now that he's fixed his ammo rack, that's good. And if he can hit all 3 shells, this Action X is going down. He's got to aim all the way in again. There's only 2 tanks left on his team, so there's only 2 other guys he can use for spotting. The rest of this, he's going to have to spot himself. Shooting through the bush. No, he bounces the first shell. He needed to pen that. He penned that one. And then he got himself lit. Oh, that's bad. That must have been the Action X that lit him. Dodging the shell from the E100. Good job. He's going to reload and basically attempt to do the same thing over again. He just needs to put 1 shell into the E100 to kill it. But he's going up 1 ally left. And 4 enemy tanks. All of them big enough that they could splash him with some HE and kill him. Sorry, that's not quite true. The Action X would have to connect with a shell with HE to kill him. Even if that doesn't pen, an HE shell will kill him. There we go. Good shot into the E100. Taking it out of the game. Now he's looking for the Action X, as it's the next most deadly tank. E100 wasn't really deadly per se, but what it was a one-shot, and now that it's out of the game, he is switching to heat. I don't recommend this. Next target he should be going for is the Action X. He doesn't want heat against an Action X. Action X will actually nom some heat pretty darn easily. So this is not going to be good if he engages the action next. The problem with shooting the heat or at the Action X is the fact that A, you don't need the pen. It doesn't matter what ooh, this is good for some heat though. It doesn't matter what the penetration is on shooting an Action X. You're either going to go through or you're not. There isn't really a middle ground. Whereas if you hit the tracks, which is what, when you look at the side of the tank, tracks is what you see a lot of. If you hit the tracks, then it's just going to get absorbed. If you hit the actual tank, then you didn't need the heat. And what's more, heat travels a lot slower than your PCR. His standard ammo, his APCR, if he was firing that, it would zip to the target a lot faster, and thus have more accuracy at range, be more likely to hit. By accuracy, I mean he's able to lead a target better, because he doesn't have to lead, a football field ahead of a target. He just has to lead a little bit ahead of the target. And I love how the E50's like, go spot things for me, weakling. And Bob's like, yes, working on it. Go away. I wish we were close enough to the E50 to see what his health was, but, if he has more health than us, then he should be able to really be the one doing the spotting. In this particular situation, of course, the heat is recommended because the 263 has something like 300 millimeters. Ooh, yeah. Again, actually, in this, if you can't beat 300 millimeters, your play. Seriously, 263? Seriously? You had one job to do. All you had to do was not show your lower glacis to the light tank. We were lit. All the 263 had to do was wait and sit back, wait for Bob to fire 3 shells, which we all know he would have, and then he could have killed it. But no, instead of doing that smart thing, he charges, shows off his lower glacis, and Bob just cackles with laughter as he puts a heat round through his lower glacis. I'm fairly certain we actually needed the heat round to go through the lower glacis. I don't think that a 263's armor is light enough that even on the lower glacis that that round would have gone in. So that's great. Ooh, well done by the 263 to make sure he gave us the only part of the tank we could actually pen from the front. Meanwhile, our E50 is cowering in the corner. Oh well. Unfortunately, Deadly, this was not his game. This was definitely Bob's game. Well done, sir. The spine damage came early on in the game when he got up in the faces of the enemy tanks. Exploding under here was a great way to make sure that he showed off the enemy tanks and let them for friendly fire. He would have had a lot more spine damage had there been our artillery down here somewhere, because of the fact of how packed in all the enemies were up here. But it was well done. And then at the end of the game, he of course gets his 3,500 spine damage, or actual damage, because he had to carry the game after he did all that spine damage. It was enough, you know. Sometimes it feels that way playing more of tanks. First class, spotter, fighter, fire perfect, scout. What? Seems low somehow. Oh, look at that. 5,000 damage, 6,000 damage, 3,500 damage. Yeah, okay. I understand why he doesn't get a high caliber, but still, I'd take some other award other than just the the scout badge. 9 enemies spotted. He doesn't even get a patrol duty. Why doesn't he get a patrol duty? He spotted 6 people. Oh, I see. Some of this had damage from other people in it. Oh, he needed to spot one more thing that no one else was spotting, I think. I think it was probably this T-57 that was lit by 2 people, which is why you got so little experience on it. That's really, really unfortunate. You can manage to get, what, like 8,000 combined damage, and only get the 1 epic award for scouting. There seems to be something wrong there, you know? I mean, you got 1,200 base experience. Would have been almost 6,000 with a premium account. Good lord. That is awesome. Well played, sir. Thank you so much for saying this, and this was a joy to watch. Almost makes me want to get this tank, but not enough to actually get it, because a bat chat is just so much better in so many ways. But we're not going to go into that today. So thank you so much, Bob, for saying this in. Please do hit the like button if you have enjoyed this. Vote Bob for MVP of the week, and if you don't know what that is, then go check out some of my other videos or ask someone. I'm sure they will tell you. Also, please thank our Patreons. They really do support the channel, and they are awesome. And if you think I deserve more subscribers, then please share this. And I will see you all next time. This ioEther out.